Hello, hello. You're welcome once again to another live stream on Adventures of Japan. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from Japan. How are you all doing? It's another beautiful evening here in Japan. Succeed in this ALT journey. Okay, so you are welcome. You are highly welcome. Tonight we have interesting topic. You are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. It's your boy, your guy, Adventures of Japan, Mr. Don't Give Up. Always here to give you all the tips you need to know in order to land this job in this year, 2026. So you are welcome. If you are new here, kindly make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, so you don't miss any updates that I bring any day. Because all the updates are enlightening. Yes. So you are welcome. Tonight I have so interesting stuff for you. So please stay tuned, and share this live to your friends and family. Let's all join like minded people who want to put their dreams forward. Please share this live to them. Let's all come together and listen to what I will be saying and drop any questions so that we discuss, you know, discussion. Drop your questions, I answer them. If it's not clear, you ask further questions, and I go on in answering them just to satisfy the question. Only the truth. Yes, the truth, per my experience and my knowledge about how things work regarding ALT journey. So you are welcome. Wherever you are watching from, you are welcome. If you're in Japan, you are welcome. If you are in outside Japan trying to apply for the job this year, you are most welcome, because this channel will guide you to land the job successfully. Yes, you are most welcome. So share this live to your friends. Let's come together, and very soon we'll be diving into it. You are most welcome. This is Adventures of Japan, and I am your guy, Mr. Don't Give Up. Yes, we don't have to give up, right? Yes, don't give up. Don't give up. Yes. On Monday, I spoke about the JTE and yourselves collaboration. Yourself, as in ALT. You'll be assisting the JTEs. However, sometimes things don't go according to the way you plan. I'll be talking a little bit more about such collaborations again in tonight's live. And yesterday, I spoke basically about age bracket, where somebody was scared and was asking, do the dispatch companies consider people who are in their early 40s? So I took time to explain that age is not an issue. Yes. And in fact, I explained further that that age is rather to your advantage, especially if you are a female. It's to your advantage, and it's a fact. So you don't need to be scared because of your age. Age is just a number. Everything lies within your ability to convince the recruiter that yes, I am up to the game. I can do the job. Give it to me. I would deliver. Yes, that's what you need to do. And you need to do that during interview sessions. Yeah, so that was yesterday. And in today's live, I will be talking about the title you see. Yes, the title you see. ALT interviews. Yes, basically, how you should pass your interview, what you should say to make the recruiter realize that yes, you actually know your stuff, you actually know what you are applying for, and for them to put you forward ahead of others, because you are not the only person going to apply for this position. People are applying every now and then. And especially once you are going to be applying during the main season, you need to be upping your game. Yes, you need to up your game. Yeah. And that's why I'm here, to help you, to give you all the support, the tips, the hacks, everything you need to know in order to land the job successfully. So don't give up, okay? Don't give up on your ALT dream. I'm here for you. I am always Mr. Don't Give Up. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, so I want to take this opportunity to say shout out to all those people who have subscribed already. This family, I keep saying we are growing steadily, slowly, but surely we are growing. And I encourage you that is watching now, if you haven't joined the family yet, kindly subscribe and join the family so that we all become a bigger family. We are growing big, but with your subscription, we will become bigger. And don't think that because you are just a single person, you don't matter. You actually matter to me and to other community members who are already subscribers. So please, don't give up on that subscription. Click on that button. Subscribe now and join the family. Okay? Yes. Don't give up. Kindly subscribe. It's very important for us. We value you a lot. So please don't give up. Yeah, I keep repeating this word, don't give up, because I don't want you to give up. You can actually delete that word from your dictionary. Don't give up. Yeah, I mean, giving up. Don't delete the word don't give up. Delete the phrase give up from your dictionary because you don't have to. Why do you have to give up? As I'm here giving you all the tips, why do you have to give up? No, you have no reason to give up again. Yes, you have no other reason to give up. Supposing you were in my shoes, how I was, I couldn't have any opportunity to watch any video as this. That time, I could have given up, but I didn't. So, why should you give up? No, you have no reason to give up. Yeah, so very soon we'll be diving into the topic for today. So, stay tuned, invite your friends, and in less than 2 minutes, we will be getting into it. Yes. Yeah. How is everyone doing? If you are watching from Nigeria, how is Nigeria? If you are watching from Ghana, how is Ghana? If you are watching from India, US, anywhere, how is your place today? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? Is it morning? I know people from Ghana, my lovely country, I think they are still in the morning. Yes, still in the morning. Nigeria, still in the morning. Yeah, so good morning. Shout out to everyone watching from Nigeria. Shout out to everyone watching from Ghana. Shout out to everyone watching from the United States. Shout out to everyone watching from India, Kenya, everywhere in the whole wide world. Shout out to everyone. Thank you so much for joining this family and becoming a community member. We are here to just support you and make your ALT dream come true. That is why I keep motivating you guys not to give up on your ALT dreams. Yeah, your ALT dream. Don't give up because I will not give up giving you all the tips. I will make sure I come, if not every day, I will come frequently to give you any update I have just to make you succeed in this dream. All right? So, yeah, you are welcome. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, so you keep updated with any time I come up, whether live or with any video, you'll be the first to know. Okay. Yeah, so it's already 10 minutes into this live, and we will dive into the main topic of tonight. Like I said, it's all about passing the interview. You know, the main the main point is passing the interview. Once you apply and you are invited to an interview, we need to do everything for you to get through that stage. It's only passing the interview that will guarantee your success in the journey. Even though the interview sessions with Borderlink and many other dispatch companies are two, you know, many dispatch companies have two sessions of the interview, yeah, two interview sessions, yeah, two interview sessions. And so let's dive into a question that might run through both interview sessions. However, it's likely to be asked during the first interview or even filling your form when you are sent a form to fill and attach to your interview selection dates. With Borderlink, this is what happens because you have to send the form, fill the form, send it back, and when you are sending it back, you would attach or you would choose your interview dates. So let's talk about this basic question. It's very basic, but it requires your intellect, your professionalism in answering this question. And the question is very simple. Why do you want to be an ALT? This question sounds so simple. Yes, it sounds so simple. Why do you want to be an ALT? However, if you don't know how to answer or if you are not careful, you might fail this simple question. There's a saying that no answer is wrong. Yes, no answer is wrong. I agree. However, whoever is checking your answer, whoever you are speaking to, has the discretion to decide if you have convinced him or her or not. Okay? This is why you will need to make sure your answer is professional, is as professional as possible. All right? Yeah, so I'm going to give you an example. Why do you want to be an ALT? First of all, you need to understand what ALT stands for, right? And we all know the full meaning of ALT is Assistant Language Teacher. Good. So, if you have been a teacher before, it means you have done something about teaching. And so, I keep telling people that let your experience show in your answer. Any answer you give, you have to or you must let your experience show in your answer. So, this question, two people answering this question should be very different. A, a person who has not been a teacher before. Two, a person who has been a teacher before, which I am thinking probably you. Your answers shouldn't be the same. And I'm going to demonstrate how you should go about the difference. Someone who has not been a teacher before would say something like this: I want to be an ALT because uh, I think I like to assist people, especially kids. I like to help kids, and so I've been doing this. Or I think when I have the ability to assist people, and I want to take my dream forward or put my dream forward by coming to abroad and assist the Japanese kids and also help them to identify my culture because blah 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 blah. That person is talking in terms of future, which means the person hasn't been a teacher before. Do you get the point? That answer, it's okay because he or she is speaking in future. Why do you want to? So that answer might satisfy the question perfectly. However, you that has been a teacher before, you have been teaching, you have been assisting kids, your answer should be different. Yes, you haven't been an ALT before. However, you've been a teacher before. And so you should talk about your experience as a teacher. Yes, you want to be an ALT, but first, you have been a teacher and you have been assisting kids in your country. You have been seeing them through their studies. You assist them by their physical abilities, their social abilities, their academic activities. You have been assisting them. And so you believe strongly that by assisting kids in your country, you are also able to assist kids in Japan. Okay? These two answers are not same. One is saying, I want to be because I think or I believe I can do this. One is saying, I have been doing it already. And so I only need to proceed. Do you get the point? This is an honest way of answering this question by bringing in your experience. Otherwise, they are going to treat you who have been a teacher for so many years and someone who is now coming to teach, they will consider you the same. And who knows, they might even choose the person who is now coming to be a teacher over you because you haven't introduced your experience in your answer. And so you need to always put your experience into your answer and let the recruiter realize that yes, you actually know your job, you know your staff, you know what you are applying for. Yes, that is how to respond to such a question. And not only this, any question that has to do with why do you want to be this? Why do you want to be this? And ALT stands for assistant language teacher. So it means it has to do with teaching. Though teaching in your country and being an ALT might be different, but it's also teaching. It's a form of teaching. So once you have been a teacher before, you should always say something about your experience, which will let the recruiter know that, of course, you are not just a newbie in the system. You actually know something about teaching. And so all you need is orientation as to how to navigate or to transition into teaching in Japan. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you today? Yes, we are talking about interview tips for 2026. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Which one did you hear, Elizabeth? Which one did you hear? Yeah, we're talking about interview tips. For this year, I want most of you watching this channel to make it to Japan so that we can all celebrate. Yes, let's all celebrate. So please, I'm here for you. Yes, so that's how you should answer any question that has to do with why do you want to. The question will say, why do you want to? Yes, but you don't have to say, I want to because no. You say that you have been. Yes, the question say, I want to, but I have been already. For example, why do you want to be a teacher? It's a normal question or possible questions that teachers could be asked or would be teachers are asked during interviews. And if you go to an interview and you are asked such a question, if you have been a teacher before but you are applying for another teaching job, you don't have to answer as if you haven't been a teacher before. I want to be a teacher because 5 years ago, I have been a teacher and I worked at this institution. I did this and that. I assisted my colleagues in doing this. I was able to collaborate. I'm a team worker. I assisted the kids and so that the employer knows that yes, you actually know something about what you are being interviewed for. All right? That is how you should answer such questions in order to elevate yourself over others. All right? That's the first part. Now let's continue. Let's continue. Um, Number two, I want to talk about number two. Yeah, I mentioned in Monday's live that I mentioned how you should collaborate with your JTE. But today, I'm going to talk about a specific situation. Yes, a specific situation. Sometimes, this is a situation. Sometimes you will be there and suddenly your JTE comes to the staff room. It's almost time for lessons. Your JTE comes to the staff common room, and normally you have to go together. You have to walk together to the classroom. So maybe she's busy doing something somewhere and she just rushed in 5 minutes to time and she said, oh, can you lead the class today? Without any lesson planning, she asked you, to just lead the class. At this point, you don't have to say no. You can't say no, all right? And you can also go and disgrace yourself. And here's the trick: every time as an ALT, you need to have some games at your fingertips. Games at your fingertips. If you are in a primary school, that's elementary school, you should know about certain games. And it depends on the topic. It depends on the topic that you are going to be treating. Because when the GT asks you to lead, at least you can ask the topic. If you haven't planned anything, you ask at least the topic. What topic are we going to treat? Once you know the topic, it means you have to think fast. That is why I'm telling you that you need to have some games at your fingertip. Games like fruit basket. However, you can't play fruit baskets with every subject or every topic. Yes. Anyway, it also depends on you. Teaching is an art full of creativity. So even though fruit basket means you should come together and sit around a chair and play fruit basket, but if you can be able to change it to suit your classroom, that is perfect. Okay? So first, you need to have a game. Like I said, you should think about some Japanese games. They have games like Karuta. Karuta. Yeah, it's a Japanese game. So you need to learn this kind of games so that when the teacher asks you to lead the class, you are not caught unaware. Because in the end, you just have to make the kids enjoy the lesson. Mind you, if the JT asks you to lead the class, it means you are going to be doing the talking. All right? You are going to be doing most of the talking. However, the JT will be there to have the small talk with you that I mentioned in my Monday's video about collaboration. And I made it clear that small talks are just some conversation starters for the kids to realize that English is not just for exam purposes, it's also for communication. So the small talk, normally the best part is it should be focused on the topic you are going to be discussing in the class so that it brings the kids' mind into the class. So, for example, if you are going to be talking about food, if you are going to be talking about food in the lesson, you can start by asking the JTE. If it is after lunch, you can still ask, hello, whatever sensei, what did you eat for lunch? The person will answer, I ate sushi for lunch. No, really? Okay. Was it delicious? Yes, it was. How about you? I ate rice. Oh, I see. Did you cook it yourself? Oh, no. I bought it at the convenience store. Thank you. That's all. So the kids will now think about food. It means you are bringing their mind into the classroom. After that, you can ask them, what did we talk about? Anyone? Some of them will raise their hand. Or you can just ask, what did you hear in our conversation? What did we hear? Somebody will mention sushi. Somebody will mention rice. Okay, rice, sushi, what are they? Are they colors? Are they sports? Then they'll say, food. Good. It means your small talk is bringing the kids' mind towards the subject you are coming to teach. All right? And from there, if you have flashcards, you can use it to play whatever game you have decided upon or whatever game you have at your fingertip. And one thing is, in Japanese schools, they encourage teamwork. All right? They encourage teamwork a lot. So you can ask them, even after talking, the small talk, you can ask them, what did we talk about? Okay, 1 minute thinking time. Yes, they have thinking time. You should always allow the kids to think. So we have thinking time. This is very, very important. If you do this, it means you are actually uh, enlightened about the Japanese education system. Yes. So in every classroom, there's a stopwatch. Yeah, there's a stopwatch, whether big or small, that you can use to set the time and make it clear to them that thinking time, you give them the time. If it's 1 minute or 2 minutes, you can even make it fun. How many minutes thinking time? How many minutes? One or two? And let the kids decide. Okay? Even though you plan 2 minutes, but you should ask them 1 minute or 2 minutes. Some can say three, but once you have decided in your mind 2 minutes, even if they say three, some people will agree with the two. They'll say, okay, two. So it will look like they have given you the time. All right. In that case, they feel so happy. Okay. Okay. Mercy, you are welcome. Please, can I start applying now? Well, the honest truth is the application seasons are not yet open for overseas applicants. You can go to their website, application website, and you see that applications are open, but basically they are for people who are already in Japan. So even if you apply now, there's a likelihood that you will not get any response. Okay, so I have been mentioning that you should apply from late May or early June. Okay, that is when you should apply because application is going to be opened from May for overseas applicants. Yeah, so Helen, have you subscribed already? Okay, where are you watching from? Helen Messi, where are you watching from? You are welcome. Yeah, so that is how you should handle the class and make the lesson gamish. Game. Remember, you are just there to make them have fun as they learn. So every game that you know about, you can recreate it yourself. Yes, you bring your creativity into bear. And the JTE, even though they tell you suddenly that lead the class, it's kind of test. They are not actually testing you, but they are testing you indirectly. Yes, they are testing you directly. Okay, Jose, Nigeria. Yeah, Omo Niger. Yes. Please don't forget to subscribe and share with others, okay? Because here we give you all the tips that you need to know. Yeah. Thank you for joining. All right. Good. So that is how you should go about your lesson. And after the lesson, you will need to talk to your JTE, find out how was the lesson. All right. Remember, every lesson in elementary school lasts for 45 minutes. Yes, the lesson lasts for 45 minutes. So when you enter the classroom, there is a greeting. You have to greet. They call it aisatsu, aisatsu in Japanese. Greetings, aisatsu. It means when you enter the classroom, they stand up. All right. If it's elementary school, the elementary school that I worked in, this is what happens. They stand up and they start the lesson by saying, "Yoroshiku onegaishimasu," like that, and they bow. The kids bow, the teacher bows, then before the lesson starts. And after the lesson, also there's a greeting. Yes, the lesson after the lesson, there's a greeting. Same way before you go out. And all those stuff have to take place within 45 minutes. So the small talk about 5 minutes, you're giving the kids time to think, answering, playing games. At least you would have time, you can finish the lesson even without planning. You have to capitalize on the kids that you think are okay in the class and use them to help you in delivering the lesson. All right? So you don't have much problem. Even if you haven't taught before, you don't have much problem. Yours is to think about making the kids enjoy English. Enjoy English. That's all. All right. That is about handling uh, the impromptu way of leading a lesson. That's how you should handle it. And like I said, after the lesson, find out from the JTE what went well. Is it okay in her view or his view? Is it okay? Does he or she want you to plan any further lesson that way? So you are also trying to find out from him or her if your lesson went well or not. Ha, that is what you should do. Okay? And during interviews, you can talk about all these things. You can talk about all these things. How to collaborate with the JTE. You can mention these things categorically that for you, even if you are asked to lead a class impromptu, this is how you would lead the class. Because mind you, the dispatch companies are looking for people who are team players. People who are team players. Okay? And if you are not able to be a team player, you are failing. They won't recruit you. And if you are asked to impromptu lead a class, if you are asked to lead a class as an impromptu something, and you didn't complain, you were able to lead the class, it means you are a team player. You are covering your friends. Yeah, you are covering for somebody because it's supposed to be the JTE, but maybe at that point, he or she is not okay to lead a class and you are covering for him. And that is a team player. Okay? Yeah. So let's move to the next. But before that, all this I am talking about, you know, I have the blueprints which I have been talking about every time, that it has the timelines, it has the uh, many so many information that I might not be able to remember now and talk about. And I have put them into an ebook which is going for only $17. And you need to get this book, get a copy, because it's your resource. It's your resource. It becomes your resource. Coming to Japan as an ALT, you don't need to pay money to anybody. I keep saying it. If somebody tells you, give me money, I will apply for you, run, because no money is involved. But if you purchase something to read for yourself, it's your property. Okay? I will not apply for anybody. No, I won't do that because everything depends on you. Even if someone takes money from you and apply for you, you are going to go through the interview yourself. Nobody can attend interview on your behalf. Okay? So what you need to do is to prepare for the interview, and that is why I'm here. And that is why the ebook will also help you to be prepared both mentally and psychologically to pass the interview once and for all. All right? So go get a copy. I'm going to leave the link in the description of this video. And of course, you can get it in the description of all my live videos. All right? So go get a copy. Don't give up. And I've been challenging every viewer that if you get a copy and you realize what I talked about, the book is not same. Please, anytime you see me live, come and write it in the comment section that, hey, what you talked about is actually not the same. The book I bought with high hope, but it did not meet my expectation. Feel free to write it here. Okay? Yeah, so that's about the ebook. Now let's continue. So the next one I want to talk about is the staff room, the staff, yeah, the staff room rapport. The staff room rapport. As an ALT, even though you are going to be working with JTEs, however, you are not going to be with the JTE alone in the school. It depends on how your staff common room is, but you're going to be working with every other teacher. And in the school, most of the school, the staff common room is just a big hall which contains about 40 teachers. You are all sitting around a table, like a round table. Okay? And also depends on how the school is built. If it's a new school, I'm sure you are going to be in the same room, big hall. And so even if your JT is not there, you are supposed to collaborate with other teachers even in the staff common room. I mentioned that the Japanese work culture is You need to work, 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 work. Even if you are not working, you should look busy. You have to look busy. So even if you are free, which you are going to be, as an ALT, you would always have time because you need to, in the schooling system, they have 6 periods per day. But as an ALT, you don't have to teach all the 6 periods. Okay? So a question would come like that as well. You would have time at your disposal at your school. How do you intend to use your free time? It's also a potential question that could be asked during interviews. And when such questions are asked, you can boldly say, oh, knowing very well that you are helping the JTE deliver English lessons, but you are also aware that it's not only the JTE you are supposed to assist. So in your free time, when you see another teacher looking busy, needs help in your view, you would approach to offer assistance. And also, you would use your further free times to study the Japanese language. You need to let them know that you are aware you need to assist other Japanese teachers, and also you are willing to blend into the culture by learning the language. Yes, this is what you should do. And the rapport I'm talking about is, you know, in the morning when you come, just by the entrance, you should greet Ohayo gozaimasu because they will be doing it. You will see it. Ohayo gozaimasu. And you don't just stand up and say Ohayo gozaimasu. Yes, that's good morning. All right. You some of them will say gozaimasu, gozaimasu. You will not even hear the word Ohio goza. Just gozaimasu. Yes, you should also do that. That is one rapport that you should learn to create with the other colleagues, because when you say it, anybody in the class or in the staff room is going to respond accordingly. And once you don't do that, it's as if you are not at work. So you should learn that. And also, at the close of day, your time, because the Japanese teachers sometimes some of them work very late. Sometimes they leave school at 7 p.m., 8 p.m., or some even 9 p.m. from morning till 9 p.m., which you cannot be there. And your time, it depends on where you are, your city. So when I was with Borderlink, I was closing 4:20. Yeah. Is it 4:20 or 4:15? One of them. I can't quite remember. Some people were closing 4:20. Some people were closing 4:50. All right, so definitely you are going to leave before most of the Japanese teachers, except the part-time workers. So again, when you are leaving the room, at the entrance before you exit, you should say "Otsukare sama deshita." Otsukare sama deshita. Yeah, Otsukare sama deshita. Or "Stireshimasu, stireshimasu, stireshimasu." You can say any of this. Once you have said this, they understood that yes, your time is up. You are going. But if you have not said this, yes, if you haven't said this, even though they see you leave, but to them you haven't left. You have not leave at all. So these are some of the things you should learn in order to create a rapport with the Japanese. Okay? Yes, I mentioned earlier attempting to help, even though they might not agree for you to help them, but it's to your advantage to at least just show the interest of helping. That's all. That's how you create a rapport. And if you realize any of them is interested in English, always try to engage the person, because yeah, you might have somebody like that. In my school, when I was at Borderlink, there was one lady who tries to speak English every time because she says she likes English. But you know that it's been a long time, they have not been practicing it. Everything is Japanese, everything just Japanese. So she kind of forgets. So she's trying to use me to revise her notes. And that's very okay. Okay? Once you are open minded, you are open to her or him, you're going to enjoy everything, because They are writing reports about you as well. They write review about you to the company. Yeah. So that is how you should create a rapport with your colleague teachers. All right. And I talked about a culture called omiyage, giving snacks. Every time you travel, you bring them something small, whether chocolate, whatever you have seen from somewhere, you bring it to them. Even if it is small, just small, give it to them one. That's all. Mind you, you don't have to give one person and don't give the other. Aha. So once you do all these things, they get to know that, yeah, you have learned about their culture and you are willing to blend. Yes, that's how it is. That's the omiyage culture of Japan. All right. These things would help you to create a very good rapport with your colleague teachers. Yes. Wow. That's how it is. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe. We are still talking about interview tips. Yeah. So supposing a question is asked, how will you create a rapport with your colleague teachers at work? These are some of the things you should say. You learn to say Ohio gozaimasu anytime you come to the school. You learn to smile for smiling's sake. Just keep smiling. Even if your husband, your boyfriend, your father, your mother, your child, anybody has annoyed you before you go to work, don't let anybody see it on your face or in your face. Okay? You need to wear smiling face every time because I keep saying they keep teaching the kids in class that smile. So during my time with elementary school, when I was Borderlink, it was written on a flashcard. We put it on the board. Every morning we let the kids recite, smile. If it is not important to them, they wouldn't let the kids be repeating it on daily basis. Okay? And so you as an ALT, you are expected to even wear the smile and make the kids feel comfortable approaching you in order to learn the English language. So you need to smile for smiling's sake, nothing else. Don't let whatever is going on in yourself appear on your face, especially when you are in school. All right? Good. And another thing is in Japanese culture, coming on time is considered as lateness. Yes, coming on time is considered as lateness. And that is why if you are supposed to report at work or resume work at 8 o'clock a.m., you don't need to enter the school by 8 o'clock while saying Ohio gozaimasu. No, it means you are late. Yes, it means you are late. Yeah, you need to go to the school at least 5 minutes before 8. Yes, that's how it's done. That is the Japanese work culture. You need to be in the school at least 5 minutes, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes before 8 o'clock or before the start of your working time. However, leaving for public schools, leaving they consider leaving at the exact time as not being professional. Yeah, you come late, you leave late. Ah, yes, that's how it is. But I think the coming is the most important thing. If you have something serious to do, when it's time, you can just leave. And also, with Borderlink, they call something hanko. Yeah, like hanko is a seal which every Japanese has. Yes, every Japanese has. And when you are leaving school, Borderlink will give you a form whereby every day you need to collect a stamp on that form. That is what will prove that yes, you've been to work today, you've been to work tomorrow, and so on and so forth. And so remember to have that stamp because if you're in a good school, there's no problem. Some schools or some people in some schools, they leave it and collect it weekly. They at the end of the week they go to the vice principal or the JTE or yeah any other higher ups. But with me, as for me, the company needs a stamp. If the vice principal is not there, me I go to any teacher that has a stamp. Not any teacher that has a stamp. They all have. So I go to any teacher because at the end they just need to see the stamp on your timesheet. It's very important. Okay, it's very important. But for this, it's not something we should talk about during interviews because they are not going to ask you. However, I'm just trying to let you know that it's something you should do when you come here because without the stamp, it means you are missing a day's salary. Yes, they won't pay you. You are missing a day's salary. And I don't think you want to go to work and go home without being paid for that day. No, it wouldn't make sense. So please, this is very important. So those are the ways to create a rapport with your colleagues, greeting them when you come in the morning, smiling. When you travel, you buy them gifts called omiyage. When you are leaving, say streshimas, that's the greetings. Always bow. The bowing is called ojigi. Yes, always do that when you are coming and you are leaving, and be approachable by the other staff so that they can feel free and approach you, have fun with you, and also try to join activities, school clubs, yeah, sports, debates, science clubs. They have all those clubs in every school. So it depends on your interest and of course your time. If you have time, join. And if you join, it's going to create a rapport within or between you and even the students. And so those are the ways you can go about things and succeed in Japan. For this, you can talk about it in interviews or during interviews, how to create rapport. We talk about joining school clubs and have activities with the kids and other teachers because the teachers are assigned to clubs, different clubs. So when you go to a club, you will meet a teacher who is in charge of that club. And that teacher is going to be happy to see you around. Just seeing you around is more than enough. All right? Aha. Okay, I've stayed on this for quite a long time. Let me move on. Let me move on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This will also be in a form of an impromptu handling of class. Basically, especially this one, especially if you're in a junior high school, they all have um, either Chromebooks or tablets. Here, every public school from elementary school one, the kids all have tablets or Chromebooks. However, it's not every time that the junior kids, like elementary one, two, three, not every time that they use it. But if you're in a junior high school, it's a golden opportunity to use the tablet to create games like Kahoot. If you haven't heard about Kahoot before, you can learn about it, how to create Kahoot games for junior high kids. And so, even if you are asked to impromptu lead a class, you don't have a problem. You can just pick the topic, find out from the JTE. At least for that, you need to find out from the JTE the topic and expectations for the day. Once you are told, you can create Kahoot game within minutes and enjoy with the kids. If you want to play Kahoot throughout, that is your decision. Okay? For junior high school, a period is 50 minutes.